the Wandering Bard, everybody. So we are in Neprum. Or something. Nepra. Yeah, wherever the hell this place is.
Nep something, yeah.
I guess it doesn't zoom any further. So you're in Nepra. You're still blind. You guys have just passed through the city center. It is a nice wide road which shoots all the way through town. You can actually see the other gate from here. It's literally a straight shot. The only thing obstructing the view is this big fountain in the middle of town that has a large statue in the middle of it.
Right.
You can't see what the statue is from this distance, but it must be a 10-meter statue or so. Something.
That's a big statue.
It's a big statue.
That's at 123 meters, but
Yeah.
something.
Right.
So we first gonna do touristy stuff, like
Fountain.
statues, and then
Do we have any idea of who we go see about a blind person?
You could see maybe a doctor if you think it's a physical ailment, or if it's something more curse-like or magical, you might need a cleric or a wizard.
I think it's fairly certain that I didn't stab myself in the eyes, so physical.
I mean, it could be some sort of bacteria that manifested at the same time.
It's unlikely.
Yeah.
Could
I just start
Well,
asking out for
cleric.
magical clericy person. Like, this guy in the years, so I'm like, who can treat this blindness of this man?
Get away from me! Get away! Get away!
That didn't work. My looks have not carried me far enough.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have to find my own cleric for this,
no,
I'll just go around and ask people. Well, I'm sorry, madam or sir, can't see it to disturb you, but I'd really like to find the cleric.
He's stalking to a statue right now on the side of the road.
just asking into
I'm
the.
getting really
no.
upset that this person actually isn't responding to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I tried a nicer approach. Excuse me, good lady. There's a lady passing by.
Yeah.
Do you know about the surroundings of this city? Have you been outside? Like, in the jungle nearby?
Get the shit by the blind person.
I don't tend to get out too much, but occasionally my sisters and I will go pick berries in the woods.
Have you noticed anything strange around these parts? I mean, we've been traveling through and my friend appears to have gone blind.
Oh, it's a shame. What happened to him?
Yeah, well, we've tried to figure it out, so does it
Am
happen very
I
often?
near him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I hear this conversation? There was a bloody nymph, I looked at it and it turned me blind.
Oh, you must mean Josephine.
Ah,
I didn't ask her name.
We just ran
Wasn't
away.
the first thing that came to mind. Ask her name.
You're very lucky to have glimpsed her. So few men do.
Well,
Yay!
Tell me, how does she look?
honestly, she looked really good for a second. But honestly, it was such a short time, I can't really remember or explain to you why she looked so good. She just looked good.
Well, you're truly blessed by the gods.
Thanks.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Is
well,
there any way he can be a
be
little less
unblessed by the
blessed?
god.
She looks at you confusedly.
If you were to...
Honestly, I'd really like my side back.
Yeah.
That's the
We
point.
need him seeing, yeah.
I'm much more useful with a sword. I can see what I'm hitting.
Well,
Not you, of course.
there was a man in town some decades ago who had seen her as well.
Right.
He remained blind for the rest of his life. And
Not helping.
various farmers would come to him and ask him to bless their fields for him. And he actually lived quite a fruitful and useful life, going around blessing various fields for farmers. Just having been in her presence was enough.
Right.
Is that...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess not everybody wants that for their own life, but it is a position of high honor and esteem. Many people would kill to be in a position such as yours. Are you sure you want this
I've
removed?
tried to kill myself for being in this position a few times now because I can't get away from my friend. But no, honestly, I'm still trying to
just
find a
upset.
way to either get my side back, or not sure if there's anything else I can do to improve my condition in any way. It's not like I can grow a second pair of legs. So So I kind of need my sight.
I don't understand what a second pair of legs has to do with it, but Father Nera at the cathedral in town can help you out.
Then,
Right. Thank you.
You've been very kind.
Of course, of course.
thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bless her, bless her.
Yeah.
I'm not blessing her.
That's rude. She says, still standing there.
Don't,
Want to be blessed, you're gonna pay for it like everyone.
don't worry about him. It's just upset he's blind.
Wouldn't
And
be
I'm gonna make
upset.
a blessing motion towards her.
She
It's not
goes,
really
oh! and walks off. In a
We
huff.
can bless by proxy.
Hey, I'm not blessing anyone. I'm not even a religious person.
You're not using your gift very well, are you?
It's not a gift. They took away.
You're
my
not
sight.
seizing the opportunity here.
Look, I can see.
You're
the-
not seeing
I can
the.
see. I can see the opportunity. If I look really hard. But honestly,
Okay, let's
Still
find
prefer to
the
find my
fire or
side back.
something.
I can understand that I'm blessed, but maybe that can help us get some information in this town about an elephant. So if we figure out a way to get this to work for us somehow, I'll be able to do something at least.
Well, if you're
Fighting
blessed, you
is gonna
can
be
wish
big.
for an elephant. Try it. Wish for an
Blessed,
elephant.
not- I'm not a genie.
I was just,
Okay, but just
I'm
go and
not
see-
gonna
see
use
the
the word
person.
stroke. Not gonna do it.
So,
We're going to the cathedral.
okay.
Yeah. How many towers does this cathedral have? Is it exactly one and a half?
It has at least one finished tower with
the
nice
cathedral
spire.
is currently under construction.
No, of course.
The
Maybe I
main
could
building
possibly-
is mostly done.
Must be
Um,
8 years.
It looks like the back of the building is still being worked on. There is a small bell tower in front that looks very well completed that has bells and a big clock on it. You can actually see some gnomes hanging out on front, like working with the clocks. The clock's maybe not complete, but everything else is. The back of the tower is under work. You see dwarves hanging around there, placing stones and doing stuff. You're not sure what the back of it's going to look like. So for the time being, there is one tower. This is very important, chat. You don't know why, but this is very
I
important.
mean,
Well, that's not
How
good.
high is
but
the
the
tower?
tower is unfinished.
No, the tower.
Yeah.
Well, the clock is being. The tower is finished. The clock is being worked on.
Is there any indication of starting a second tower?
No, the single tower is in the middle, directly above the door. It would be awkward to place another,
Yeah.
On the other side.
unless there were going to be two more towers on the
I
sides.
start like tapping my foot really.
Alright, let's go in.
Let's go inside, yeah.
Let's do something.
Do you remember the name of the person we're going to see?
No, we're
Bless
Or
you with my
something.
soul.
Just,
We'll find
we'll find the
the
person.
boss. Where's
Yeah.
your boss?
We have
So
a
that's
medical
around.
emergency.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. Just walk in.
Yeah.
And
Probably like written down his name, but I can't read it.
No, I don't. I think you're illiterate, actually.
My literate.
Yeah, unless it says reading and writing under your proficiencies, you are illiterate.
let's.
Right. So a blind illiterate guy.
Yeah,
They were screwed.
Sad material.
Still.
I mean you're a blacksmith from a small town. You.
As a blacksmith, might be very interesting if I have my eyesight back.
That might be
Yeah.
useful.
Very. Also, seeing as I'm fairly good at mountaineering, also useful to have your eyesight. Horse riding, maybe.
Well, the horse will lead you. You know,
Yeah, but where will it lead me?
Maybe to an elephant.
maybe. So
Right,
you
so-
you approach
yeah.
the cathedral. There's a cleric out front preaching to the masses, talking about the Mother Martha and all the life that she brings to the world, and how we should respect her and abide her wishes and yada yada.
Can we get a
yada.
sense of how many people are there listening to what this cleric has to say, or just talking to no one really? Just in,
It seems that people are paying quite a bit of attention.
right.
You guys can see that there's a group
Yeah.
of about 30 folks out front.
How large is the town?
The town is like 12,000.
That's a big town.
Well, it had walls of 8 meters high. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pretty big town.
Oh,
It's got a
okay.
cathedral.
Yeah,
And a
exactly.
fountain.
So 30 people is
A mountain.
and a 10-meter high
The
statue.
thing is though that from one side of the gates we could actually see the other side, so there's going to be 12,000 people in very close vicinity.
Yeah.
In what, like 6 kilometers? You can see about The horizon is about 6
Oh,
kilometers away.
okay.
I mean, it's not 6 kilometers wide, but the distance to the horizon is always about 6.
Right.
So let's say the town might be 2 or 3 kilometers deep,
Sure.
which
Right.
you could fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if Rome could put 1 million people in a square mile,
I think it's safe to say that it's a fairly religious town. I'm not sure what religions they.
Well,
they
if they're
uphold.
building a cathedral, they're probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
in this
what
world,
religious
there's
to
one big pantheon that
Yeah.
the gods exist. The gods come into the world and actually perform things. So you don't have divided religions. You just have people who lean towards one side of the pantheon or towards another. In practice, it would be like everyone's Catholic, and you just have your different saints
Yeah.
almost.
Fine. So this cleric is just talking about.
Yeah, he's just doing his preachy job on the steps while the cathedral's under construction.
Do you have any sense of if he's going to finish his story soon, or is he just going to go?
He's just going on and on.
Probably
And
not
you
very-
feel like you've heard this sermon before.
Yeah,
like it's-
2 minutes ago
Yeah.
when he started it.
they're all alike.
But
Really.
it's we can't really. I think I pissed off one woman
Yeah.
not
just
wanting
read
to
it out.
bless us, so maybe we can get more out of these people
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
don't act like
You-
complete assholes.
The two of you with vision can actually see that the door
Two
the door behind him is open, and occasionally people will walk past him and into
Well,
the church. So he's
then-
out front preaching, but it's not like
Then we go in, I suggest.
Sure.
Leaving me
We need
outside.
to get them
No. You
his
come.
attention.
Watch out for the steps.
Right.
Don't trip.
Okay. So you guys head into the cathedral. You see a few dwarves shuffling about, moving things. There are little, like most of the churches here, there are little alcoves kind of dotting all the way around the circle, the center of the church. Each alcove has its own god or goddess that it is attributed to. Behind you guys are near the entrance, but in the dark, shadowy pillars of where the corners are where the darker evil gods that people don't really like to deal with or talk about, but you still need to represent them, exist. Out in front of you is where Martha and Astaire, the god of good and the god of justice or law, kind of hang out.
Hang on.
Yeah, there's.
Chilling about. Like,
I mean, they're a
Martha,
statue.
how's
They
it
just,
going?
I've talked to statues before.
there are a few dwarves moving about with construction supplies, and you see a few clerics, priests directing things, and a middle-aged man with long, flowing white robes that are lined with silver and gold, who kind of looks. He just has that presence of the guy in charge,
Okay.
standing in the middle, watching some stones being raised.
I ask you, do you see anyone that looks like he might be the guy in charge?
Maybe if we.
He
we
may
ask
be
one of
looking
the
at
dwarves.
stones being raised.
I just approach him directly and say, like, good day. Could we have a moment of your time, please?
Of
Where-
course, any
where-
time for my sheep.
Yes, thank you. Praise Martha.
There's Martha.
We have
I just go,
our
"Bah."
friend here has seen Josephine.
Oh, your friend has seen Joseph. Oh,
Well-
you feel a hand on your shoulder. You are truly blessed by the gods, my son.
I understand I am blessed, but I am a blacksmith, which is very, very difficult as a blacksmith to not be able to see what you're making. Maybe a very poor blacksmith. So I'm looking for a way to regain my eyesight, because I lost that when I laid eyes on her.
You wish to continue being a smith? He
I
says
do.
with disbelief in his voice.
I do.
This is true calling in life
It is,
from Martha.
has been for generations what my family has done, so I think I consider it very important for me to be a blacksmith.
See,
Is there any way that you think I may be able to regain my eyesight?
I am sorry to say that it is not a curse that has befallen you, else I could remove it myself. Perhaps the... he grumbles a little bit. There is a warlock that lives in town. He has a darker art than I care to practice. It's been said that he can cause blindness in those who disappoint him. Perhaps he can restore lost sight in this regard. Maybe he can remove the blessing upon you with a counter curse or something. I'm not sure of these ways, but
At least it sounds like a place I can start and figure out. I can regain my eyesight. Do you have a name for this warlock?
yes. His name is Wafflegoofen.
Waffle Goofy.
Are you sure that's his name?
Yes.
So, Mr. Waffle, for short.
No, Mr. Goofen for short. He does not like his mother's name. He might be able to help you there.
Right. Where can we find him exactly? Is it in town or is that
In town. He lives on the west side.
west side is the best?
Yes. I've always felt the western edge of town was better.
Can imagine so. Better climate.
Better climate. There's a nice hill over there. There's also a nice little valley.
Thank you, Father. We've taken enough of your time. We'll go.
It seems that the trees grow a little bit more fruitfully. The actors are all over there. We've got
Place
some
bar
great
for
gnomes
trees.
that build wondrous machines and inventions.
Sounds interesting.
Mhm.
Right.
The best fruits grow on the west side
Really?
of town.
Any good places to eat?
Yes, a lot of imported foods.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, there's a bunch of elven restaurants and.
I'll put my hand on his shoulders. I'll bless you. If you
Oh, I was actually going to ask you if you wouldn't mind consecrating the temple for us before you.
think to myself that I really want to desecrate this temple, but I think I'll do that. Thank you a lot for the information.
Of course.
Some blessing motions towards probably statues. Not quite sure. Around.
What do you have any words to go with these blessing motions?
No, I prefer to do my blessings really like internally. It's something that happens in my mind.
Okay.
It projects out more than
Okay.
using words.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. How long does your blessing take?
Takes about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is quick, like.
No, in terms of what happens to your brain, that is quite a bit.
Oh.
For earthling. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that my blessing doesn't take enough of your time, but it does. It lingers. That's the point of it.
That's good. That's very good.
So the point is not that the blessing is a thing that if you really take it seriously, it's something that has to remain when I am gone, because it is the blessing, not the blesser, that is actually important.
Okay.
I think to myself.
Well, to leave it short, let's say you're getting very good at this. Have you really not reconsidered just keeping this blessing?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I suggest we go find this warlock and see if he has any, even if it's a curse that kind of reverses what happened to
I'll
him.
get you back. Seeing.
Then we go to
Okay.
west of town.
Right,
Let's
take my
try.
hand.
Not get overconfident, please.
Okay.
Lead me. As we go outside, I'll make some more motions to people.
Oh, fantastic.
Don't worry about it. I am blind, which is a good thing. But
She's blessed by Josephine, everyone.
we're gonna do that. We could actually just make sure everyone knows in this town that I am blessed and you're kind of guiding me through the town.
Let's make this a thing, of course. Yeah. And
We'll see.
walk all
We
really
use this.
slow, proud.
Yeah, I'll just make motions as we walk along.
And
when we go outside, I shout, make way for the blessed, and as he does it.
The Herald of Josephine, everyone.
there are murmurs, and you actually develop a small crowd following you.
Okay, starting a cult. I like it.
One of these people in the crowd have an elephant.
You can't tell.
Wait, look, we can't lose track of what we're actually trying to do. Let's find it
I
out.
like your focus.
Right, but it's good. We have a following. It might help us later on.
So as you guys are walking, you're saying, make way for Josephine's servant or herald. Yeah. You get a couple of people saying, "Where are you going? Where is the Holy One to go?"
Look, I'll turn around and I'll look to what I imagine is the crowd, rather than a statue, and then go out. Would you mind just leaving me in peace for a moment? Because I really need to think about a few important things in life.
The herald has to meditate. Please make way.
I'm hoping that the crowd is thinking I'm important enough to actually listen to what I say.
They're very respectful and they follow from a little bit more of a distance.
Right. Can we try and, like, if we get into more narrower streets, get rid of them? I don't mean kill them. But
I nudge my bow.
The Blessed One would like some quiet. No, I just mean that if you can try and just
No, when we get to the house,
hurry
I'll
up
figure
once we
something
get
out.
yeah.
When we get close enough.
Preferably before we get to the warlock. I preferably don't see that
Yeah.
the Blessed One go into the warlocks.
No, well, we'll make sure, and then when we get close enough to the house, like. But do we know exactly where it is, or is it obvious?
West side.
Once we
It's
get-
the west side of town. You're probably going to have to either find something that looks obviously like a warlock or maybe ask for directions once you're on the west side of town.
That's not a good thing to ask for directions.
Well, we can ask for direction. That's not really a problem. Just as long as we get rid of the crowd behind us.
Okay.
Make
Crowd, that doesn't look. Blessed people of Josephine, the prophet, the herald, will now perform a blessing upon you. Please all go on your knees.
And close your eyes.
Close your eyes and bow to the heralds.
They
If-
drop to their knees. And
Seriously?
They seriously drop to their
Holy
knees.
fuck,
bow
man,
their
you're
heads to
gonna
the
be
ground.
This is
rich.
perfect. I don't
they close their
want
eyes.
you
Mhm.
ever.
Well, I mean, you don't
Shout out.
Count
I'll
to
whisper to them,
500.
close their eyes. What's the next
Good,
move?
good people of Nepra, I will bless you now. I have my own ritual for blessing, so I will do it in silence. Just listen to the sounds around you. You will be blessed. Meanwhile, in a minute or two, just open your eyes and go about your lives as blessed as you are.
You hear a murmur rippling through the crowd that sounds something like, and so the mother says.
No, I said, I. I murmur that. Crowd doesn't hear it.
No.
Right. But I suggest
So I
that you...
poke and go. Let's go.
Oh, okay. You guys quickly dart around the corner, and no one seems to follow you.
Good.
And you make your way through some streets, and you keep looking back, and you seem to have successfully tricked them all, or something.
Not sure why we tried to attract him in the first place.
Yeah, that was maybe.
Plan B.
Timing
No,
could be
Plan
better.
B.
Honestly,
If you don't get your side back, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
work on the act.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make money this way. Screw
Sure.
the elephant, right? So can do that, but try and find our way to the wall, and then still
Yeah.
be more interesting. Just thing to note, it's a bit odd that all these people seem to be very convinced of the fact that I have in fact been blinded by the nymph. Nobody even asked.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
even
Like when you regain your
considered
sight, let's
that,
just
yeah,
keep it
I
that
can
you.
still be blind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll just put like a towel around your head or something they can see.
Yeah, no one
through,
even wondered if it was true. They just
They just
thought it was
accepted
true.
it. Like maybe we can give you a blessing too.
Yeah, these
Maybe
are
you can be
really-
deaf
Yeah.
by Josephine because you heard her singing.
Honey, don't get carried away.
Okay, we won't
No, but
turn it into a branch.
thing is that I have to remember.
Whoa, we
these
can do
people,
franchising, but not
As far
I
as
mean, someone-
religion goes, these people seem to be very
gullible.
gullible,
Yeah.
just to call it that, or just simple.
So, yeah,
They don't really
but
ask questions. So yeah, let's just
Naive.
keep
that's
that in
good,
mind.
but it's not gonna summon us an elephant.
Good.
Yeah, but
Good.
I mean,
No, that.
We don't know that yet.
if you
Plan
want
B.
to, get rich, start a religion. There's a really smart guy. That's him.
And then we can buy the elephant.
Yeah, and then we can buy the elephant or start a bed and breakfast.
But we're slowly, to be honest,
No,
coming
no,
across
no.
more interesting things than your frigging elephant.
But you say that now, but you've never had an elephant.
True. Right. West side of town.
Yes, let's
Try and
continue
ask
on,
some
and
guards or maybe or whatever we can find
Yeah,
people
to the
around
waffle
there for a
cooking.
warlock. Yeah, to
He,
the
he
waffle
seems to
guy.
be known around here, so.
It's difficult to find a waffle guy. Some people go to waffle country and never find a waffle.
Well, no. I had to make my own.
So, go ahead. Ask anyone you come across.
Yeah, so basically ask someone on the road like, we're looking for Mr. Wafflegoofen. Do you know where he is?
Man, like a dark shadow crosses his face as you say Wafflegoof, and he goes, yeah, he lives beyond yonder tree, down to the right. His house is you'll see the house, you'll know it to be the one. But I wouldn't go there if I were you.
You know, he has a dark reputation, but he's a kind soul at heart. We will make him see the light. And then I just leave and let him stand there looking weary.
Yeah, he looks very concerned for your well-being, but the lot of you press on.
I just follow.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get a rope or something. Because always holding
I
his
have
hand.
50 feet of rope with me. If you really
It
want.
doesn't look very
No,
heraldry.
that should be erased from your character sheet too. They gave it to an ogre
They gave it
in last session.
Okay,
They lied.
Give everything away.
Someone is not very good at keeping track of their character sheet.
What?
Look.
Good? What? Okay.
Look, that's just, and even then, the blessed one is not just walked on a rope.
Yeah, exactly. That's not.
It's not a dog.
No.
But it would be easier.
As a circus
Yes.
person, I was expecting more. You need to.
Why do we keep bringing that up that I'm a circus freak?
It's your
person?
job.
Yeah, but it's not me who I am. It's just what I do.
Yes. You do it very well. And we continue on.
But you keep saying it.
Can bless you to shut up.
All right.
Just blind, buddy.
You turn the corner, start walking down the street. You're not sure what this guy was talking about until you pass. You almost completely miss the house, but there's a house that's deep set into the block. It's very dark. It looks like the stone is made out of what's it called? Not obsidian, pumice, like that black pumice that you would have like volcanic stone. Like the very lightweight volcanic stone.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems to have been made out of large blocks of pumice that have been stacked up. There's a kind of a rounded door entrance in front of it. There's a soft red light glowing from the second story windows, and all the peaks of the house where the windows would be and where the top of the church, the building are, have these little kind of twisty iron bands that go up in a circle. It has a menacing feel to it, although it's a little bit smaller than the other buildings around it, so it's kind of hard to see.
I notch my bow.
I bless the house.
You can stop blessing now.
Yeah. Can't used to it now. Suggest you just knock on the door.
Yeah, that's really best. I just go and knock on the door.
Sure. A few moments later, the door kind of creaks open with no one before you.
Oh, of course.
Hello?
Just kind of echoes around inside the house.
We're coming in, don't be alarmed. Let's go in the house.
Oh, notch.
Do you actually have your bow notched?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow up. Honestly, at this point, I go, well, if he kills me now, at least problem solved as well. Honestly, I'm not gonna be feeling that threatened because I missed the visual threat of it.
True.
Yeah.
Do you have
Unless
a
you're
shield?
there describing to me in great detail
Nope.
how it looks. I have a shield.
You guys all step inside. The door closes behind you slowly and quietly with a creak, and two little kind of bluish flames almost appear in the darkness down the hallway, more or less at eye level, more or less the distance apart of eyes.
Oh, fuck.
I suggest
little
though that you don't
blue
really
flames.
keep your bow notched. That might not be the
awful.
best
It
side.
look
We
menacing.
trying. If this was like, first of all, we knocked on the door. They opened voluntarily. Secondly, it's in the middle of town. It's not
Yeah,
going to be
not-
a goblin nest.
Uh-huh.
It's a black house. I'm not racist, but
Well, still, I'd ask you to not go in there with your weapons armed.
I would ask you not to notch your bow in my house either. Comes a voice from the other side of the hall.
Oh,
Opposite
Mr.
where the eyes are.
Wafflegoofen, we finally meet.
well, since you ask so nicely, I'm just gonna unnotch the bow thingy, and
That
I
might hurt.
unnotch the bow.
Thank you for that.
I apologize for my smaller friend.
She gets carried away, it's nothing really.
I know how those diminutive people can be sometimes.
Ah, don't I know it?
You mean
They have a short temper.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Shot.
I clap.
There's a slight chuckle.
You and I are gonna be friends.
What can I do for you?
Well, I've seemed to have lost my eyesight when I laid eyes upon a nymph in the forest. We were told that maybe, just maybe, you could help me out, because I'd really like to regain my eyesight.
Could do.
Which is the first positive thing I've heard today.
But then I'll need a favor from you.
It's slightly
Only
less
from him?
positive.
And the world balances.
By any chance, would you like an elephant?
I don't think so. I have no use for an elephant as of yet.
Not like we have
Very,
one to
very
spare.
few people have used for an elephant.
Do you have any elephant spare then? Perhaps.
That might not be the question that we would ask. I don't think it's looking for follow-up questions about the elephant.
Okay, never mind, carry on.
Yeah, we're going one-track mind on this, but so yeah, we're happy to do something in return, obviously.
He.
I can
I see.
restore your sight at a cost.
Mm.
The process to do so would be some narrow-minded folk might call it I have lost the term. Some narrow-minded folk might call it a dark art. Some might call it a curse. Some might say that you will regret your decision, but I think sight is important.
By some might say you mean the townspeople, for example.
Yes, the sheep out there,
Narrow-minded sheep.
very, very narrow-minded.
Don't worry, I've blessed them. So
Funny which two people call these people sheep.
Yes, well, some say it in different meanings.
Well.
I can restore your sight, but it will not be the same. The process of restoring will damage parts of your brain that perceive wonder and beauty. Everything you behold will be unpleasant, but you will be able to see.
it's a fairly large trade-off, but
Well, thanks anyway.
The fact is at the moment that nothing I can see can be pleasant because I can't see anything. So
Well.
it might still be better off or more used to the world if I am a blacksmith, whether or not
Yeah,
can
but
perceive
To be
Everything-
fair, this is, in my opinion, a much better blessing. Things that are beautiful and pretty will lie to you and deceive you. A beautiful woman will trick you out of your money, but if you see all things as they are, as
I've
dark
tried
and
not to.
evil, then
got my purse.
you will live a much more honest
Right.
and productive life.
Where can I sign up?
Funny that you say sign.
Is this a crossroads?
That's the cost that you must pay for your sight, but for me,
Well, that's not gold, so.
to do this there, you and I must enter into a bond, a contract of sorts.
Exactly,
have
I
a-
that's
suggest we leave the
contract.
room.
Yes, I am getting increasingly uncomfortable.
I have
We'll
a
be just
task.
waiting outside.
No, you motherfucker's not gonna stay here and listen to
Let's
this crap.
shuffle to the door.
He wants to bond with you. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just
Look, the man does not seem to have any interest in me as a person.
No,
as far as you can see.
Honest,
I'm very aware of
I
that.
can't see shit. That's the problem.
If you would like this to be done, you must enter into a contract with me. A simple task to be completed. And upon completion, I shall not only restore but improve your sight. And we'll
Well,
get rid of the
exactly.
horrors of the world that people call beauty.
Don't overdo it. Kind of overselling what you got. But what exactly does the contract entail, if I may ask? What am I signing away?
A simple task.
Right.
One might call it a simple delivery needs to be made. Local in nature. You needn't even travel beyond the walls of the town.
Well, I'd like the details before I actually can be convinced of doing something.
What sort of price are you willing to pay? Or how far would you go to restore your vision or your friend's vision?
We have a lot of people outside who would do anything for him. Maybe we can use them and not him. Won't you like
Yeah,
some
we don't know
followers,
them.
maybe?
They're kind of expendable.
Ah, really?
Well,
That's- That's
Figurative
excellent
sense.
that you say that. Is that how you feel, all of you?
I'd just very much like to know what you're thinking of, because you've clearly got an idea of what you want to do, of what you want us to do, but you're trying to figure out if we want to do it before you can ask us. So just,
Yes,
if
I
you
need
just,
to know where your mind lies.
you mean on an ethical level?
Oh, yeah. Would you consider yourself a religious man? I know you have blessed many people today.
Yeah, and statues, buildings. I think I've had my share of blessing. I'm not a very religious man. I'm a practical man.
What about you two?
I care about rate of return and investments.
That is what I like to hear. You're my sort of man.
Exactly.
That's funny. That
And you, little one.
I'm also pretty practical, so, but I don't
She's an
like
artist.
risks. So
An artist.
risks are dangerous. So
Without risk, there is no reward.
there's really not much reward for me. He's just gonna get his side back. So
Then you may go.
To be honest, if I can do this on my own, both of you should go.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you have-
We'll be
Good
waiting
point.
outside.
You
Thank
may
you.
need your eyes to do what we have to do.
oh shit, you're,
How about you just
you
tell
can't
us what
see.
you expect from us? Then?
I
alright.
may not want this one here. If she is little
None of us
scared.
want this one.
That's my wife you're talking about.
Oh,
there's gonna be an issue if you want to keep these apart. The issue is
where
mainly
he goes,
on
I
her
go.
side.
Where I go,
fine.
Yes.
You must all sign then. Failure to comply will.
Yeah, sign what?
Saying what?
yeah. What do we have?
They
to
can't
do?
There
even
is
write.
a-
It's going to be a problem here.
There are a few barrels I need delivered to the cathedral.
These are literal barrels.
Literal barrels.
Do these barrels contain anything which might harm the people at the cathedral?
If they are in the cathedral when the barrels decide to explode and bring the cathedral to its knees.
Well,
It wasn't a big deal. I think every
This
build-
abomination to the false gods.
Well, that's some
needs to be
blessing.
destroyed.
That's some
Sure.
blessing you did there.
technically, you want us to just go ahead and place down some stuff to blow up the cathedral.
Yes, yes. The Dark One will come one day, and the
Ah, yes.
people
Sure.
need to be ready for.
To be honest, you're
The
pretty
true.
dark yourself. I think the
But
dark one's
is
already
the
alive.
is the
Oh,
target?
thank you.
Look,
You scare me.
Look.
Is the target to kill the people or to take down the cathedral?
Cathedral.
Then we might have a deal.
I'll drag the sheep all the way away.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
No, I'm serious.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
You get
I have
people to
no
safety.
problem destroying this abomination which has only one tower. One tower.
Oh, do not worry. They're adding 2 more to the back.
Seriously?
To the back, 3
That's
towers.
like too much. Either
It's
one.
It's 1.5.
One and a half.
One-
Is
Yeah,
the
but
perfect amount of towers.
3 is 2 times as many as you need. for
One in the
perfect
front
amount.
for the clock and the bells. 2 in the back for. One for Martha, one for Astaire. The gods
Oh.
they worship most. The gods that need fall the farthest. Hopefully we
Well,
can destroy
How,
it
ma-
before
how
they're-
many towers would your cathedral have?
I don't think he's gonna build a cathedral.
But if
Oh,
the
yeah.
dark one's gonna come, so I bet he'd want some temples.
Pit.
Pit.
A deep, deep pit.
How many towers does this pit have?
-1.
Negative. It's a good
Right.
one.
This is going to be a difficult one because honestly, I'm one blacksmith trying to regain his eyesight. You tell me that you will give me more than just my eyesight back. You will get rid of my sense of beauty.
Yes.
Well,
It will show you the
Wow.
true nature of the reality.
Small question.
Cathedral eyesight.
If we were to say no, would you eventually find a way to take the cathedral down anyway?
If that makes it easier for you to do it, then yes.
Yeah,
It
of
does.
course, that's why I asked.
It's true.
The
We
cathedral
Yeah,
will go down.
Exactly, so
We're-
it's gonna go down anyway.
We can
already
rationalize
history.
this by saying if we don't do it and make sure there's no people there, someone else might die.
Absolutely.
Exactly. We'll
the,
do it the nicest way.
The people I might hire would be less clean.
Exactly.
Well,
I might have to
we've
bring a
been-
dragon to town.
Been walking for a few days.
No matter.
We're not always clean, aren't we, honey?
He pulls out a scroll from his sleeve and kind of unfurls it before you.
Skeletons.
It's has some writing across it, and he says, "Bring me your hands." And he pulls out a sharp, wicked-looking knife.
But I just promised to bring the barrels to the cathedral.
No,
Yeah,
it's a blood contract we form.
Right.
One that, should you break, horrible things
just-
will fall you.
I'm a bit worried about hepatitis. I've already lost my eyes.
You don't have to lose any other parts.
Don't worry, I will sterilize the blade in between cuttings.
Thank you. I'll put my hand forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no
There's
problem with
a
this.
sharp cut across your hand,
Okay.
and he takes your hand and presses it to the paper. And proceeds with you, and he does not sterilize the blade. He lies.
I take a step back and say, I need a moment. I'm very precious with my hands. And then I try and silently cast Phantasmal Force. Is that enough?
You're not that good with them.
Phantasmal Force does require you to speak to do it.
Like,
So you'd
can I
act-
muffle?
At this range, it'd be pretty fucking clear you're casting a spell.
Your wife can
Yeah.
yell. You can.
I need some air first. I'm sorry. I get queasy by the sight of blood. I'm really faint-hearted. I know a man of you can carry these great steps, but blood, it makes the stomach curl.
He doesn't say anything.
Just one moment. And I screech towards the door.
The door's locked.
The door's locked. Am I far enough from him now?
No, I mean the door's like right there.
I can't see what you're doing, so
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
Come now.
panicking. Fine. Let me just give myself a happy thought so I can go through the process easier, and I just start chanting the Phantasmal Force spell.
He steps forward and slashes at you with the knife while you do so. Oh, it's actually he stumbles on the steps of his house and kind of lunges past you. The knife whizzes it through the air.
Mhm.
You may continue casting your spell. You may react. You just hear kind of a sort of noise. I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm waiting for something to happen.
I'm waiting for his reaction.
Your phantasmal spell your phantasmal force spell goes off. What do you? What?
I want
what-
to phantasmal. I want to make a fantastic phantasmal hand to
Mhm.
basically pretend that
Mhm.
it will bleed,
Okay.
and I have no idea how to make the red blood thing appear.
I mean, you can make visuals appear,
Yeah.
so you can make blood appear to drip from your hand onto the
Fantastic.
paper.
That's what I want to do, like a phantasmal hand that will
Mhm.
drip blood when it goes and cut it. I'm going, oh, you stumbled, let me help you back up. I regained my composure. I'm so sorry. I know this is all very unprofessional. Here, cut my hand. It's okay. I'm calm now.
I'm proud.
He cuts your hand. He takes it and actually cuts your hand. Even with the illusion, he's still.
He still cuts
Oh,
my hand.
I mean, you give him your arm, right?
Well, like my idea was to get my hand in my sleeve and then have a phantasmal hand coming out of the sleeve.
Oh. Okay, so the phantasmal force won't make things disappear.
No,
so-
that's why it's in my sleeve.
Okay, so you're trying to figure out how you would do that.
It's kind of smart.
Okay.
Very delicate.
Yeah, he slices through your hand, presses it, slices through the fake hand, presses it to the paper. You phantasmal force some blood to appear on the contract.
I give the wound a little kiss.
You actually don't know that he cast a spell. You're convinced that this is real.
Exactly.
I just think it's another blessing.
Yeah. He rolls up the scroll, says a few words, and kind of disappears in a puff of green smoke. It says, outside the barrels shall be waiting for you.
Right.
They are enchanted at this point to detonate at dusk, as soon as the sun sets. That should give you a few hours to do the job.
Right.
When you're done, seek me back here, and I shall improve your vision.
Right. We can go outside, I imagine.
I thank you, Dark One, and I bow and make my way to the door.
Cheerio.
Door's unlocked. You guys open, step outside. It's a nice, bright, cheery day outside. Everything's, as long as you're not looking at the building, everything seems happy, whatnot. There are 2 very large barrels. They look like big ale casks. They're like this big around or this tall. They're pretty heavy. You have 18-76 strength. You can easily carry the 2 of them over your shoulders, no problem. It would be very difficult for you guys.
Yeah.
I'll do the manual labor, I guess. The problem is that I'm going to have to be the one who leads the sheep away.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
okay.
We need to get people out.
How long did it take us to get from the cathedral to the house?
30 minutes walk.
It was 2 hours from now would be dusk.
So by the time you get to the cathedral, you'll have an hour and a half to place the barrels and deal with the people.
If we want to do it in that order.
Yeah, we can. How will we sell the barrels? Like barrels of wine and that?
Well, it's a cathedral they're building, so I bet there's building materials
Yeah,
there.
maybe we can sneak them in.
Yeah, just
if
put them somewhere and then let the...
People will look weird at the herald carrying 2 barrels.
Yeah,
of
so...
course.
Is there anything
Is
you
it
can
is
do?
it large barrels we have to roll, or
Well,
can
you
we
can carry
carry
I
them.
them?
can carry
He
both.
can carry them.
Of course.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I think it's just is it worth trying to hide the barrels somewhere? I'm not sure if you got any way to magically make them appear differently. No
Not
idea.
quite.
You can probably jump on top of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe tomorrow.
Jump back and forth and do an air
Let's-
attack.
Let's just go through all the hypotheses. So we can just go there now, try to hide the barrels, try to lead away the people, and it will explode,
Yeah,
likely.
and hiding the barrels will be difficult. We can.
They're working on the cathedral. I imagine were we supposed to put him inside the cathedral, or was it enough to place him against the cathedral?
Well, against it will collapse anyway. The cathedral. He didn't go into specifics of how destroyed it needs to be.
So, do we want to go through with this? We signed a contract, which makes it a bit annoying if we don't.
Yeah, I don't.
go through with
You
this.
kind of made your decision already. We have to go through with it.
You're the only one who hasn't really had this real blood in the contract.
Yes, I had. Did you see me? I bled on that fucking piece of paper.
I don't know.
I don't know that either, so...
I think. So we could, obviously, if they are set to go off at a certain point, we can blow up whatever we want.
Well, if we blow up the warlock, you won't get your side back, so that's kind of a problem.
Question is, is it worth taking down the cathedral?
It's just a building.
It's a
Who cares about a building?
Well, they will care.
Yeah, but they're,
They will hunt us down.
They
We
don't
need
know
to
we
make
did
it-
it. How,
Yeah.
how would they know we did it?
Exactly, we need to make really sure they don't know we did it.
By just putting them all inside the cathedral and
Yeah.
blowing them all up? No, I suggest that if we'll follow the plan and see where this goes. In the end, the point was to get rid of the cathedral. We're not really all that connected to it.
No,
We'll see afterwards. Once I get my eyesight back, we can still try and get rid of the warlock.
yes, and the
Why
contract, especially.
if the warlock dies, does the contract disappear, or does it continue to be enforced after?
I haven't dealt with
But the
warlocks very
contract,
much
the
in my life.
contract is simply the fact that we helped blow up this building.
Yeah,
It's
so
a magical contract, so
you don't need to care about it once we fulfill our end of the deal.
I say we go through it and then we try to see what we can do about the warlock.
Alright.
Because he doesn't seem like the nicest person, but at
Yeah,
this
he's-
point in time, he may be the right tool for the job.
Exactly, it doesn't seem.
Right. I suggest I take the barrels. We go towards the cathedral.
Shouldn't you disguise yourself? You two? And I stay back because they'll remember 2 humans and a halfling.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And I can't carry a barrel because I'm too pretty.
Well,
I'm a little
I'll
small.
disguise myself as a laborer,
Exactly.
and then we'll just.
What's your strength? con?
12. Strength, con 7. Can I carry a
Okay.
barrel?
No, the barrels are.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they're too awkward for you to carry.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to roll them.
You could easily roll the barrel. You also don't really have the build of a laborer. 7
Yeah.
con is kind of.
Scrawny.
Yeah.
Maybe a strange question, but couldn't we just pay a few builders to
That is probably a better idea.
instead of doing it ourselves?
Yeah, we just exactly we hire someone to
Yeah.
place the barrels to because why? Because I broke. Because I'm tired. I look scrawny, so I can convince them like I was rolling
Well-
the barrels, maybe.
No, just
Yeah.
get.
But you also need to be sure the barrels are there because you kind of sign a contract with a warlock. If they blow up somewhere else, like in a tavern where they decide to take a break, it will not end good for us.
Yeah, exactly. Asking someone else to do it might not have them do
Make
it.
things more difficult.
But on the other hand, we have a cathedral that constantly needs resources to be continued.
oh, there's gonna be
Rebuilt?
a lot of people there. I don't think it's gonna be such a big issue to just go there with the barrels and put them somewhere near the cathedral. Hiding ourselves or disguising ourselves may not really be necessary. In the end, we put them there, and I try to lead all the people away from there anyway. And it's only like an hour later that these people are going to notice that the building's going to collapse. It's not like there's evidence that the barrels actually made it explode. So
Well, they're gonna see it. There was an explosion.
yeah,
They're
if
gonna
they
hear
s-
it.
If they don't know it's the barrels that we placed, right? It's not like
That
we're gonna
is
place
true.
them down. We're gonna yell, "We put barrels here," and we go away.
Or if we want to avoid all witnesses, we just have to be. Well, you have to be near with the barrels. You lead everyone away, and the last leg of the trip,
Yeah,
you just roll them.
we
Next
kind of
to-
also need the pastor to go because he knows we saw the warlock. He doesn't. He can figure things out.
Shit, we have to kill him.
He needs to stay behind in the church while we lead the people somewhere, maybe. So
Honestly, that's not. Maybe it's more difficult than it has to be. I'll try to lead away as many people as I possibly can. It's not very likely that it comes with. If I just, I'll address the people outside mainly.
Sure.
There's going to be some people inside, probably.
Mhm.
We'll see who wants to come. If he really wants to come along with us, and he's not suspicious as to why I would lead him out of his own cathedral,
Sure.
Yeah, then
I'm not sure he's going to be a problem. Because again,
Uh-huh.
maybe he considers, in the end, if the cathedral goes down, considers me the one who saved him from not being there when it collapsed.
Exactly. Maybe we can start like that.
You can deceive them all
Just
we
see a
want.
vision from
This
God to lead them all
yeah,
away.
exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't tell him at the point, obviously, that's why I'm going to say. I couldn't tell him that this might happen, something bad might happen. But I can eventually say, well, yeah, I had a feeling that I had to get you away, but
Exactly.
I couldn't really explain it.
Yes, that's good. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's carry this through.
It's become a professional liar.
Okay. Why don't we take a break and come back in a few minutes with the next chapter of Tales of the Wandering Bard. Bye bye.